There we go. All right, so welcome to our next session of Role Playing the Tarot. We do not have Bob, who played a big role in our last game, so he will not be here today, I guess. But we do have Rhiannon back, and as our scene opens, we are at the mansion. In our last session, there had been an orb on the horizon that didn't have any light giving off of it. It seemed to be rising. It seemed like it should have been a sun, but it wasn't behaving like a sun. And the world was completely dark. Our party was functioning with lanterns. That was part of the story, trying to keep the light going. And they did indeed find a machine. They dislodged a ball of some sort that had been in the machine. At the same time, they angered a large giant spider. The party managed to escape from the spider without defeating it. They ran outside of the mansion and slammed the door behind them. In the process, one of the spider's legs got caught in the door and part of it was sliced off. So a part of that spider's leg is now in a piece outside the door. The door has been closed. But while all of this was happening, for some strange reason, Rhiannon was downstairs in the library of the mansion and did not join the party in their fight upstairs. Above table, that's because Ray wasn't here. But she's back. So now we've got a situation. Our party, which in this case is just going to be Serafina and the dog Aiden, are outside, and suddenly we have a crashing sound, which is going to be Jai's spaceship capsule ship. What?
Spaceship.
A spaceship landing. Jai is going to emerge from this spaceship. At the same time that that happens, the party has got a carriage drawn by two griffins. And as as the party exited the mansion, they saw this carriage was waiting for them outside the gate, and there was a sentient looking mushroom that was next to that carriage. And now we see that the door opens and out steps Dagda. Now, as Dagda begins to approach the building, and Jai is very confusedly exiting their spaceship, they see Serafina and Aiden. And Aiden is barking, and Aiden runs over to the window of the library and has jumped up, front paws on the window, and is barking frantically at Rhiannon, who he can see through the window. And Rhiannon hears some scritch, scritch, scratching as the giant spider approaches the room. And the spider, this is clearly the spider's home.
There will be mostly sunny weather. Sorry.
That's okay. The spider pries the door open and begins to walk into the room. What is everybody doing? I'm going to start with Rhiannon.
Okay, so I think rather than try to use a sword or a weapon, I think the best thing to do in this situation would be to use magic. Maybe I found like a paralysis spell in one of the books I've been reading the whole time I've been in this library.
Okay, that sounds good.
and I want to use my understanding boon to know how to perfect the spell so that I can paralyze the spider and get past it and get out of the house.
Okay, so you're really in a flow state. You've called on this boon. You're going to pull a minor card. Let's see how successful you are. Where's your sheet?
Oh, it's a two of swords.
Front row. Um, let's see. And your magic modifier is +2, so that brings you up to 4. And does your boon give you a bonus for this?
Yeah, +1.
+1. So you're up to 5. Then you're going to have a partial success. So I'm going to say that the spider sort of crumbles down. Like imagine its legs just fold and it sort of crumples down to the ground, but it is not paralyzed. It's just down.
Okay.
What are you going to do? Meanwhile, Aiden is still barking like crazy.
Okay. I'm gonna take out my sword and try to stab the spider.
Okay, pull a minor card.
Knight, oh, not that's a page. 5 of coins.
Okay, and we're going to say that's our earth. So that's a 6. All right, you swing your sword at the spider and you manage to take off 2 legs. What is Selena doing? What is Dagda doing? Sorry.
Okay, so Dagda is very familiar with mushrooms, and he carries around some death cap mushroom, which isn't, and spiders are susceptible to death cap. Is there a way that I could get some death cap to Rhiannon who could administer to the spider who's sort of paralyzed and see if that works
Maybe through the
Well,
window.
through the window?
yeah, the door is unlocked and it's up to Rhiannon. If she could get the window open, I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna try to open the window. Let's see.
And Dagda, why don't you try to open from the window from the outside so you'll both pull minor cards?
Okay.
And since this is a physical strength, you're going to be using your modifier for earth.
Yeah, I got the 8 of cups.
Okay, you got a success on your sides because that's 8. That's a high
Okay.
number.
I got 6 of cups plus 2 earth.
Okay, so that brings you up to an 8. Why don't you both hold up your cards so we can look at them and we will try to use those images to tell a story about how this looks.
Sorry, I already put it back. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll pull it out.
All right, so it looks like with Dagda's, let's say that Dagda is there. See, there's a cup in that card. So maybe got the mushrooms in a cup. Would that
Yeah.
make sense to you? And is like pushing on the window and trying to pass that cup of mushroom through. Can you remember what it looked like, Ray?
I think it had some spilled cups.
Some spilled cups. Okay, awesome. We're going to use that then. Okay, so Dagda passes the cup that you guys managed to get the window open. Dagda passes the cup through with the mushrooms, but you spill the mushrooms. Do you recognize each other at this point?
Yes.
I
You
think
do.
so. Yeah.
Okay, so now that must be interesting to both of you to see each other. What's Jai doing?
Jai is utterly confused. However, Callion's horns are sensory receptors, and they are luminescent with energy because they are sensing this spider. And because they have telepathic communication, Jai is a little freaked out. So he's even more confused. He's like, what is going on in this place? But he's also communicating with this spider a little bit, in a way that is not vocal because they don't have the same language, but it's more on a feeling level. And for
Mhm.
some reason, this spider is mad. So he's still off over by his pod going, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not sure I want to get involved.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. And Laura, how about Serafina and Aiden? I mean, I kind of spoke up for Aiden to say he was barking like crazy, but it's really your character.
Well, between yelling at Aiden to stop barking, I'm going to try to set the spider on fire.
Are you going back inside, or you're trying to do this through the window?
Through the window, we're not going back in there. We've had enough of that place.
Okay, pull a minor card, please.
We have 5 of Wands.
Oh, you and your pips.
And the
Okay,
five of wands.
all right. What's your fire modifier?
2.
Oh, okay. All right, hold that up again. It's kind of got a swirly on that one, so maybe we'll work with that. Yeah, it's interesting how they're not crossed or anything, right? Okay, so the fire is it sort of swirls out from you towards the spider, and I'm going to say that it doesn't set the spider on fire, but there's a rug underneath the spider, and it catches that rug on fire. Um, all right. Mystery Mystic, do you have anything that your character would like to do, or shall we cut back to Rhiannon and see how she's going to handle all of this help that she's getting?
Well, I was going to have my character try to jump on the spider's back.
So how are you getting in? Are you going through the window, or are you going to open the door? Because you're outside.
Okay, I'm outside.
Mhm.
Let's go through the window.
Okay, you're climbing through the window. You've got this great plan. You're going to get on the spider's back. Now pull a minor card and tell us what minor card you got.
Okay. 4 of Pentacles.
All right. So I'm going to say that you get through the window and you are sitting on this spider's back right now, but the rug underneath the spider has caught fire. Rhiannon has just been passed some mushrooms, some death cap mushrooms, which she dropped on the floor, but she's, I think, going to manage to pick them up. Rhiannon, back to you.
Okay, I actually can't find my 8 of Cups card. I looked through my deck 3 times and I couldn't find it. So I don't know what happened to it. But I guess I'll try to pick up the mushrooms and let's see what card comes out.
Yeah,
So
don't
crazy.
be the back of the spider, will you?
That's so crazy.
It's so crazy. It's really ridiculous. I'm gonna have to look around my room.
You know it's going to turn up as soon as we're done.
Yeah. Um. Oh, I got Ace of Wands. So even
That's
with
not
my
so great.
modifier, that's 3.
Okay, so I think that while you're searching for the mushrooms, the fire is going to run along the rug. And what are you wearing?
Um, a leather vest and leather pants.
Okay, well, that's good. They can't catch fire, I don't think. But the fire is now licking at your feet.
Okay, so I guess I'll see if I can find a blanket to stamp it out with. Is it too
Okay.
big for that already?
Huh?
Is it too big for that already to cover it with a blanket?
It's spreading. So
Okay.
imagine a rug. This is a very bizarre picture in my mind. So you're in a library filled, surrounded by flammable things. There's a spider that is incapacitated but not dead.
Uh-huh.
Underneath the spider is a rug that has caught fire. Somebody that you do not know has climbed through the window and is sitting on top of this spider. The dog is barking. Everybody else is outside, and the fire is coming towards you.
You
Um,
The
don't want to
window
come
is
out the
open.
window?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'd climb out the window.
Okay, let's have you climb out the window. Let's see what it looks like. Pull a card and show it to us, and we're going to try and tell a story based on the picture that we see on the card.
Oh, I got another ace, ace of coins.
Does that Ace of Coins actually have fire in it?
No, it's like a sunrise or a sunset and a deer.
Okay. All right. Um, as you are trying to get through the window, you see that that orb on the horizon, it was dark. The last time you saw that orb on the horizon, it was dark, right? And it was like a mystery. You didn't know what was going on. Y'all were trying to solve that mystery. And you see that now there appears to be a sunrise and that there is light coming from that orb. And I think maybe the fumes are getting to you. You hallucinate maybe a little bit and you think you see a stag.
Okay.
And as you see that, you basically just fall out the window.
Okay.
All right, so you're out of the house now. It does
Okay.
appear to be a fire in there. What do y'all want to do? Do you want to do anything with this window, or are you just going to like run and hope for the best?
Jai wants to get involved now.
Okay.
He's had a little bit enough of this.
It's
As
kind
a
of crazy.
master,
Is everyone out of the house now? Isn't Laura's character?
No, Laura's outside of the house, but
Oh,
Mystery
Mystery
Mystic, our
character.
princess of, what was
Pentacles.
it? The Princess of Pentacles is still riding on this on fire spider.
And
So,
I named her Venetia.
Venetia, okay.
I put it in the parentheses next to my name.
Oh, great. Oh, there she is. Venetia. Okay. So, yeah, what's Venetia doing? While I'm imagining everybody just standing outside the window looking at her. Like, where did this person come from and what are they doing?
Yes, Phoenicia needs to deal with this spider slash rug fire fiasco. So she is going to try to take her magic cloak and beat out the fire.
Okay, pull a minor card and tell us what you got.
Ace of Swords.
Not so great. That's not good at all. This is a complete failure. That is not working. The fire is now spreading. It is getting close to the books.
Jai has control of the elements. He wants to go ahead and try to pull moisture from wherever the air, the plants,
That
anything
would be
around
great.
him, and put out the fire and do what he can to try to incapacitate the spider.
Okay, so the mansion is on, it's on a shore. It's by large body of water. We don't know what it is yet, but it is a shoreline. So pull a minor card and let's see if Jai can fix this situation.
All right. I hate this card. 2 of Cups.
Two of Cups. That's not very good.
Well,
What's your
Jai's not
motto?
feeling very good.
No, I wouldn't think so. I mean, he was cryo, whatever. What's your modifier for water?
1.
All right, so that's a grand total of 3, which is not going to be successful. That is actually going to be a fail. So since you're by the shore, I am going to say that actually you can tell it. You seem to have a really fun imagination. So you're going to be able to get some water from this body of water somehow, and it's going to head towards the window. But you want to tell us how it kind of fails?
It probably just goes ahead and mists everything a little bit.
Okay. Anybody else got it?
Not very
Go ahead.
helpful, Venetia, sorry.
No problem. I appreciate the attempt.
Any
he's
other
holding.
ideas?
I think maybe we could rush in and try to pull Venetia out of the fire.
Okay. Doorway or window?
Well, the fire and the spider and the rug are inside the library, right?
Right, which is, so imagine a mansion. We've got a large entryway with a doorway that we know is not locked. And as I'm remembering right, yeah, you go in the entryway and there was a grand staircase and the library was off to the right. So imagine that they're all in this room off to the right, which you could access either through the window or you could go through the front door and then just turn right and you'd be in the library.
I think it'd be easier through the door to pull.
Okay, who's going?
I can go since it was my idea.
Nobody else?
I'll go with Dagda will go with you.
Okay. I would think that you would since y'all actually know each other, right?
And we just got reunited after many decades. So yeah, I'll come.
Right. How about Serafina?
Know who this person is. I'm not going back in there.
Fair. And Jai?
Boo.
Jai's still holding his head like, what the heck?
Jai is probably like, well, I'm alive and I seem to be on a planet, but it's crazy down here.
Exactly.
These people don't have much of a survival instinct. Okay, so in you go.
And I
Arena,
feel like we would take a moment, right, to make a plan as we're walking in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what kind of
What's our goal exactly? Are we trying to, I mean, do we know that the spider is bad for sure?
Just that it's mad.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, what if we change, like, I feel like the primary thing is trying to get the fire out.
I think it's just to get Venetia out of the house, out past the fire, to get her away from the fire so that she doesn't burn.
Okay, but we're not worried about the spider burning.
Should we save the spider? Do you want to save the spider too?
I don't know. I'm just torn. Dagda's torn.
Does
Let's
anybody
save
have
the
magic
spider.
to put the fire
Let's
out?
save the spider because we can't beat him. So join him.
what did you say, Jenna?
Does anybody have magic to put the fire out?
I have magic. I think Dagda
I
has
have
magic.
magic. We both have magic. What if we combine our magic?
Oh, that's a good plan.
Can we combine our magic to put the fire out since we trained together?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
so we're gonna go in and combine our magic to get the fire put out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so you're both going to pull minor arcana cards. Meanwhile, Venetia, why don't you pull a minor arcana card? We're going to see how you're doing in there while you're sitting on top of a burning rug.
2 of Pentacles.
Singed.
Okay, you're not doing well, and you're just waiting for
Certainly
two
not.
people to come in and save you.
Yes, I am.
Okay, you guys aren't gonna believe this, but I got the 8 of Cups.
You found it.
Found it.
That is actually very good. And then what did Dagda get?
I got the 5 of Pentacles, and see, look, there's a doorway too.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Fire.
the doorway
so-
also. An archway.
All right.
Ah,
I
Oh,
like the way the two of you are working together. So you're going to have a success. Why don't the two of you tell the story of how you go through that doorway and put out that fire? What's it look like when you combine your magic?
Okay. I don't know, what do you think, Selena?
Well, I mean, I think we know some spells from when we trained together, and so it has certain incantation that we in Latin that we have to say,
Mhm.
and I mean, I have I use my staff to direct my part of the magic, and I don't know how you direct but we direct it together toward the fire.
I'll use my unicorn horn. I have a unicorn horn. Okay, so we
And
direct like a light towards the fire that soothes it or something.
yeah,
Or maybe like water comes out of my horn and your staff.
kind of like aguamente or something like that, with gets all the fire with the water.
I
Okay.
see a swirling that just zaps it out.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what we do.
All right, you are successful. The fire is now out. I think, hopefully, Venetia is going to get off the spider.
yes.
Yes?
Venetia's definitely getting off the spider.
Perfect. All right. Does anyone want to interact with the spider? The spider is down, injured. It's got
Vinny-
one cut leg and it's now missing 2 legs. So it's not in good shape and it is down. I'm going to say it's almost like it's under some kind of anesthesia, I would say would the general effect.
Oh, I was hoping that Jai would mentally communicate with the spider and find out if it's good or bad.
Yeah, that sounds like a
Callian,
good plan.
Callian is actually feeling through his horns the pain of the spider, and therefore Jai is too, and so he wants to attempt to heal it, but yeah, we'll see how that works.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that
We will see.
that plan.
Pull a card.
We will see.
All right. Now
This one-
I don't do voices, but I do try to embody something of the emotional content. And I will now be playing the spider.
Right. Perfect. 10 of Cups.
Oh, awesome. All right. Okay. do you have any like words, or you're just reaching out to me?
I think it's more feeling based because language barrier. And so because he takes his power for this kind of thing from the environment, he just takes the energy of the planet and the um, plants and trees and everything around him, and just kind of channels some healing energy into the spider, and then tries to ask it what it wants and why it's mad, in a way that is more feeling based, like, you know, what do you want?
They've taken my ball. The ball was trapped. And instead of freeing the ball, they've taken the ball. There's someone outside the house with my ball. And now they've cut off my leg. They've injured me. They shall die if I wake. My wrath extends to the one who is outside of this house and anyone who befriends them.
Okay.
Are you talking about the ball in the machine?
Mm-hmm.
So who's got the ball?
Someone outside the house.
So
So
Jai is
the
gonna
dog, does the
tell
dog have the
everybody.
ball?
No.
Seraphina has the ball. Can we try to persuade Seraphina to give the ball
She's
back?
just laughing. She's like,
Remind me, she's like some sort of demon or something, right? Fire demon or
oh yeah.
My ball!
So I guess Jai has to communicate this to everybody and be like, so the spider just wants its ball back.
yeah, I mean I think we should give it back to him.
I agree.
I feel like our trouble's gonna be with Seraphina.
Maybe we can offer a trade to Seraphina. Maybe we can give Seraphina something else. And
Something that she wants.
yeah, for the ball.
I have assorted gemstones in my bag.
There we go. Shiny, glittery things.
Y'all better
She
get
doesn't
out
care.
there.
So we all like as a group run outside to talk to Seraphina.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just hanging out, probably napping.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we
It's
wake
been
you up.
a long day. Using fire magic is draining.
We wake you up.
Oh, are we leaving now?
No, Seraphina. We need something of you to save all our lives. We need the spider's ball.
Oh, this thing? I thought that we needed this for whatever mission those other people were on. I don't care about it. Here, have it.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. We really appreciate that.
So one of us has to dare to go bring it back to the spider.
I'll bring it back.
I feel
Jai
like you
will
have the best relationship, Jai, with the spider,
Yeah.
since we all tried to kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jai will bring it back. Actually, Callian will bring it back.
Hmm.
Callian will bring it back as a animalistic relationship. So yeah, he'll pick it up in his mouth and bring it back in there and just kind of set it before the spider and, nod and walk away.
Right. The spider acknowledges the ball and just starts very softly weeping and says thank you to Jai and says, please close the door and the window. I just want to be alone.
Wait. There, Venetia wants to capture using her magic chalice. She captures the spider's tears, and then she wants to pour it on the spider's wounds to heal the spider before they leave.
Oh,
Nice. Pull a minor card. Let's see if we can. No, pull a major card. This is big. Pull a major card.
I have the alchemist, which is the magician.
Awesome. Okay. As you do this, you see that the spider's legs begin to heal. And the spider tells Jai that you may take some of these tears. They may be helpful to you on your future journey.
Yay!
But please leave the house.
We're gone.
We shut the door on the way out.
and the window.
And the
And the
window.
window.
Okay, awesome.
Maybe
All right.
talk it out on the door. This mansion is off limits.
Well, okay, so now above table, as a traveling or as a party of adventurers, you may wish to have a clubhouse, a place where you can retire, where you can meet, where you can be between adventures. So I was going to suggest that this may be a location that you want to use in that way. You're going to have to patch things up with the spider, obviously. What not everybody at this group knows is there's also a boathouse. There's a boat. There is a sigil, which I still have not made look pretty. But the sigil has appeared on the spider's belly. It has appeared as a marking on the hull of this boat, and you may see it again. So it's looks a little bit. I've got a lot of paper here. Okay, so here's the original version of it. It's still not prettified. I need to prettify it. But that's our sigil. Okay, so you've made it outside. Now I usually take a little 5-minute bio break, and I think we are going to do that because I forgot my water and I'm really feeling it. So what I do is I just put the recording on pause, and when I come back, I will hit the record button. Everybody can go take a break, and I will see you back here in 5 minutes. So according to my clock, it's 8:05, so that's 8:10 or whatever 10 is in your time zone. Okay? All right, see you back here in 5. Okay, we are back. I have water. Yay! I started to choke back there. Okay, so we're outside the mansion. The door is closed. Everybody knows what's in there now. You notice as you turn to look at this, the chariot pulled by the griffins, you now see what you're dealing with here. Who's here and who's not here. We don't know where Bob is. That's just, I don't know. But you do see that there are footprints in the sand. And those footprints in the sand lead to the water. And so it's a fair assumption to think that, got to get all my names right, where Door, the character that Lily plays, who's a mer person, has gone back into the water for some reason, but not left a note or anything. You just see the footprints going into the water. So you're pretty sure that that's going to be Dora. You don't know where Bob is, but you do see this mushroom standing by the side of like a sentient mushroom, a humanoid mushroom, standing by the side of the chariot. So, are y'all gonna like try to figure out who everybody is or what's happening? What are you gonna do?
Well, Jai would introduce himself. Be like, hi. That was interesting.
Yeah, Rhiannon will introduce herself.
Yeah, Dagda apologizes for his first plan of trying to kill the spider. He just acted emotionally because he saw his longtime friend in danger.
Yeah, that seems like a reasonable reaction. What is Aiden the dog doing?
Sniffing around, picking up sticks and rocks, disappointed that it doesn't have a ball anymore.
Right, and Bob's gone. Both of those things. And how about Serafina?
I'm just standing around looking at all these new people, wondering why everyone is showing up at this one place.
It
Um,
does seem a little odd.
Dagda does have this big medicine pouch that he carries with him everywhere. And he happens to have a fun ball for such an occasion. And so he does offer it to Serafina and Aiden.
I just nod in thanks and then toss it off somewhere, and Aiden goes running off. And then I'm gonna pull out some food and build a campfire and have dinner. It's been a long day.
Agreed. And you do have sunshine. So, yeah, well, let's try and put a time on it. So you really wouldn't know what time it was because this land was completely dark when Rhiannon and Serafina arrived here, and it was only when they got this machine going and this orb has now come out and there's light. But you wouldn't really have much of a sense of what time it was, or even if it's really day, but there is light now. So having a bit of a snack sounds like a good idea. What are you?
Should head to the village. I bet they're going to be so pleased that we brought the sun back. I think we should have a feast.
Jai actually
I'll come
wants
to
to
the
go
village.
and Jai
Sorry.
wants to go inspect his spaceship to see if there's any salvageable anything. Communicable devices specifically.
Okay, Jenna, pull a minor. No, pull a major card. You're going to see if you find anything in your spaceship that's going to be helpful.
Ooh. Oh,
And
God. Jumper. Tower.
oh dear. Well, the spaceship is really dinged up quite a bit. So I'm not going to say that you won't find any. Yeah, it was definitely a crash. I'm going to say that you won't find anything, but nothing is obvious right now. In fact, why don't we say, because it's the tower, that maybe the whatever has come, there was an impact. So whatever like explosion-y kind of things that happened with that haven't died down completely. So maybe it's not really safe for you to get in there and look around right now. You're going to have to come back another time.
Yeah.
Serafina,
Sounds
have you
good.
made enough food for everybody?
No, I don't have that much food. I only had enough for Aiden and myself. We've only we've been staying at the village. We just popped over here to check this place out. I wasn't expecting to find so many people. That's why I think we should head back to the village and let them know that we fixed the sun. I'm sure they will reward everyone generously with food and fire and partying.
I agree. Let's go back to the village.
Okay, but what about, I just want to check about the sentient mushroom. We don't want to check in with the mushroom at all?
Oh, yeah, I agree. I think we should talk to the mushroom and ask him or her or them what they're doing there.
We could just invite it to come with us.
Does it walk?
It can walk.
Yo, dude, you want to come to the village?
Well, yeah, I would like to go to the village. I have a name, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
I think.
Amethyst.
Oh,
My
amethyst.
my name is Amethyst. And do you know the way to the village?
Serafina does because she came from there.
Oh, Serafina. Are you friends with Serafina?
You just met.
Oh, I've heard of Serafina.
Ominous.
Yes. Well, we do talk about her in the woods.
What do you say? What is her reputation?
Well, I don't really know you that well, but well, there are a lot of stories about her. I don't know if they're true or not. Are we going to go to the village?
Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
You seem wise. What's your name? She's talking to Dagda.
I'm Dagda.
One of these days I'll pronounce it right. Dagda, are you from around here?
No, um, not close by, but I felt um vibrations that were calling to me. And so I've been on a long journey and have just arrived.
Oh, you must be tired and hungry then.
I am, but I'm also very disciplined and have gone without rest and food for some time.
Oh, all right. Well, I see that we have a carriage here. Could we ride into the village?
Yes, let's ride.
That's a good idea.
All right. Would you pick me up?
Yes.
Oh, I
How
thank
big
you.
is this mushroom?
Um, this mushroom, named amethyst, is sort of lilac colored. And what do you call those little fin things underneath?
Gills.
Gills.
Gills. Okay. So she's lilac, but her gills are a very dark wine color. And she's about I'm thinking she's like half the size of an adult. But age indeterminate.
Okay.
Oh,
Jai's
I
gonna
get,
ride Callian.
pardon?
Jai's gonna ride Callian outside.
Okay, good plan. So, everybody's getting in the carriage except Jai, right? All right. I imagine that this carriage is kind of like one of those magic things that just gets big enough for everybody to be inside, no matter how many you have. All right. So I'm going to say, let's see. The sun is going to stay up. Venetia, pull a binder card. Let's see what the weather is going to be like. Rhiannon, you pull a card. Let's see what kind of reception we're going to get. These are minor cards. See what kind of reception we're going to get when we get to the village. Serafina, you pull a card to see if anybody in the village is going to react to you riding into town. Jai, pull a card to see if there's going to be a feast. Dagda, you pull a card to see if there's going to be trouble.
Okay, the reception we're gonna get is a 9 of swords.
Okay,
Ooh.
hang on a second. Let me get that down.
I don't think I
Okay.
want to go now.
You don't want to go now. Well, the thing is, the way I've kind of designed the variables with this, it's a combination of the number, and the higher the number is, the greater the chance of a success. But
So it's
then,
good, right?
right. But what we interpret this looking like goes more with what the meaning of the card is. So, Serafina, damn pips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, she got a 10 of cups. Against all of my suspicions, Serafina's going to get a good reception.
Wasn't she, who was the, whether we get a feast or not?
Yeah, who got the feast? That was
That was
Jai,
me.
right?
Yeah, we got the 4 of wands.
Okay, awesome. 4 of Wands, you are going to have a feast. And Dagda, are we going to have trouble?
I got the 9 of demons, which is 9 of swords.
2 nines of swords. That's
2 9 of swords.
what were the
Come on, you
chances?
This does not look good.
And I forget, Venetia, what did I ask you to pull?
You didn't ask me to pull anything, but I pulled a card. You can tell me what it's for, and then I'll tell you what it is.
Okay, cool. This is like a Karnak here. Hang on.
Oh, no, she didn't ask you. She asked you for the weather.
That's right. I did. Weather.
Oh, you did ask me?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
6 of swords. So
Okay. So weather. All right. As you pull into town, which I haven't named, I have to come up with a name for the town. If anything occurs to any of you, just pop it in the chat there. So I'm going to say that, Jai, you're probably going to maybe hang back after the carriage, I think, probably.
I am blue.
Yeah, you are blue. You are an alien. I would think that that would be prudent. Terrence's, the town of Terrence. Fine, we'll go with that. We have pulled into the town of Terrence. And
it's supposed to be Terencia, but it keeps autocorrecting me in the chat.
okay, Terencia. All right. Got it.
Village. It's a village.
We pull into the village of Terencia now. And as you open the door, you see that the sunlight, or whatever kind of light that it was that you are actually somewhat responsible for now, it's shining brightly, but you do see some clouds are coming in. So, maybe there could be some rain on the horizon, but there's sunlight, which is tremendously exciting to the people of this village. They have not had natural light in a long time. And people they're running around, they're really excited. They've got their lanterns, but the lanterns are out. And everybody is like, they can't believe it. It's, what's happening? We don't need to use our lanterns all the time. This is so exciting. They're like really pumped up about this. And you get out of the carriage, and people are now looking at you, and they're starting to gather around, especially Jai. You know, everybody else kind of looks like something they would sort of know what that might be. And Dagda is getting a lot of respect, and there seems to be a group that is attracted to Serafina. Maybe it's a group of people that she knows somehow. And as that small group approaches Serafina, Aiden is he is yapping, he is jumping around, he is licking everybody's face. There seems to be a great deal of happiness about this reunion. The rest of you are watching this and thinking, are they friends? Is this a gang of some sort? A cult? Who knows? But they do seem to be happy to be around each other. And someone sort of pushes their way to the front. It is an older woman, and she approaches, I think she's going to approach Rhiannon and say, do you know anything about the orb that is now rising and shedding light on our land? Because you're new, that's new. Is there a connection here?
Yes, I believe there is. My companions sprung a spider's ball from a machine not too far from here. And just after that happened, the light returned to the sky.
A spider? A spider with a ball?
Yes, a spider with a ball, a magic spider.
I see. Well, that's rather odd, isn't it?
Yes,
A giant spider at that.
giant magic spider.
I see. And she's going to turn to Dagda and say, you seem to be one of the wiser looking members of this party. Is this true?
Seems to be true. I do have to confess that we misjudged the spider initially, thinking it threat, and caused great harm to the spider before we realized, and some of my companions helped heal the spider. So there's still much we don't understand about the situation, but we are seeking a path of wisdom and balance. At least I am.
I agree with that.
Me too.
Just a second. All right. She turns to Venetia and she says, I am the town's healer, and you seem to have been injured. Have you been in a fire?
Yes, I was scorched.
I see. Well, I am the town's healer, and I can get you a salve that will help to heal, protect, and heal your injuries. And I will go and do that now. Why don't you all go down to the town square? We are planning on having a party to celebrate the return of light to our land. And she turns and she sees Jai and she says, Are you a traveler here?
I am. I come from another world.
Perhaps we could learn from each other. Do you have any healing skills?
I do, but I have much to understand here about your people still.
We have much to understand about our people as well. This is a magnificent beast that you are riding.
Thank you. His name is Callian. My name is Jai.
Jai, you and Callian are both welcome here. We do have a stable that is near the town square, and I'm sure that you will be able to give your noble steed a place to rest. And we have plenty of grooming tools and things that I'm sure you want to take care of, Callian. So she is going to take Venetia by the hand and lead you all to the town square. Serafina, are you going to stay with the group, or are you going to go off with your, I don't know what to call them exactly, your gang?
I'd say they're friends.
Okay.
People that I've met hanging out here, been hanging out in the village for a while.
Well, there is going to
we
be a
probably-
party.
Yes, I think we go as a group to enjoy the party. And there will be a bonfire. If they don't have one already, I will make one.
Good, good. All right. So as you're heading down to the town square, you hear Serafina's friends, her buddies, say, Serafina, they haven't planned the bonfire yet. You got here just in time. We're counting on you. And I'm going to say one of these friends picks up Aiden, and they're just passing Aiden around and hugging Aiden, and they're in just really a great, great, great good time. So you're going to get to the village square, and this is going to have all of the things that you would typically expect in a village. Rhiannon has a bag of gems, I believe. I would assume that Dagda has got something. Venetia may or may not. I'm just talking about resources for trade, or if you wanted to visit any of the shops. I feel pretty confident that Serafina, if she doesn't actually have anything on her, her friends are going to take care of her. I'm going to say that the mayor of Terenzia, the mayor of Terenzia is going to approach Jai, who I think would really stand out, I'm guessing. What do you think? Yeah. And the mayor is going to be eager to meet Jai and just kind of suss him out. So let's see. I'm going to call the mayor. I was going to call him mayor. No,
I think that's
Linda.
perfect.
Mayor. Mayor. The mayor. I knew somebody whose name was Mayor, like the Jewish name Mayor. Okay. Anyway, so Mayor approaches Jai and says, "Welcome to our town. Where are you from?"
I come from a planet long, long from here called Tandalora. And I have been traveling the skies for a very long time, searching for a world because our sun is dying.
Oh, well, we seem to have just gotten ours back. So,
It seems so. This I
but
did
that,
not know.
but this is a great sorrow for you, I am sure. Well, you are our guest here. I invite you, once you settle your steed here, or once you get them settled down, I invite you to sit with me at the head of the table.
Thank you. I
So
look forward to it.
great. So you can imagine now that the townspeople are setting up a bunch of long tables. Think of this as sort of, this is medieval fantasy world. So there are long wood tables with benches. There are a few chairs, but mostly people are going to be sitting on benches. The plates and the cutlery are kind of rustic, but it's a situation where everybody has just brought things out of their homes. They're sharing it. There's a very communal feast. You could imagine that maybe there is a place where some of the people who enjoy cooking have got a big pot going and they're making a big stew, and somebody has,
Turkey legs?
go ahead.
Turkey legs?
Yeah, let's have turkey legs. there's turkey legs, and there is, you smell freshly baked bread. People are baking and making pies and things like that in their homes, and the air just smells wonderful. And there is mead. I'm going to say that Seraphina's friends are probably the ones who have got the cask of mead, and they're circling, and everyone is in a great mood. And they're now chanting Seraphina's name. They want the bonfire. Seraphina, Seraphina, Seraphina. Is it going to be successful?
We
Oh
have
no.
10 of cups again.
Ah.
It is very successful. This bonfire is roaring. The people are so happy. They are now dancing around the bonfire and singing whatever songs they are that they sing in Terencia. Are you going to join them?
I join them, but I dance awkwardly because I'm a wolf, a humanoid wolf.
I think that they're going to love this. I, there may be one of Seraphina's friends maybe has had a little too much to drink and is going to try to ride you. How do you feel about that?
I'm gonna throw them off and punch them in the face.
Okay, they're just laughing with a bloody nose. Um, but,
You
but
beast you.
huh? Somebody said something.
I said, you beast you.
Yes, exactly. um, sorry, there we go. I just wanted to take a note of that. What is Dagda doing, or Dagda? Sorry, because you strike me as being a little more circumspect.
Yeah, he does realize he's very tired and very hungry, and he is more of a, he likes to observe people, and he kind of wants to assess if there's anyone he might want to ally with, or who would have, wisdom to share with the group, and who might be um people to be cautionary about. So he's enjoying the food and drink and everything, um and he wants to chat with Mayor at some points and offer like a friendship token that he carries with him. So he's sort of assessing the situation.
Okay, great. Um, So Dagda and Mayor are sitting next to each other, and we'll say that Mayor is doing his best to engage Dagda in conversation, and is pretty impressed with Dagda actually, and is very much interested in forming a relationship with Dagda. He likes the town healer, but feels that she is somewhat limited in her scope of using magic, and not as mature as Dagda is. So he is actually starting to wonder if he could talk Dagda into staying. Um, So, yeah, that's what's happening with those two. Now, Venetia has been taken off by the town's healer, and we're going to call her Magdalene. Magdalene has taken Venetia off and given her some salves. And salves, you know what, Venetia, pull a minor card. And let's see if the salves are going to help you.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I know. You haven't had the best of luck.
9 of Pentacles.
Yay! Okay.
Very triumphant.
And-
Magdalene is surprised at how well her salves are working. She's like, she didn't know that she could brew something up that was this good. So,
Venetia wants to thank Magdala for her kindness and is offering her an Icelandic spar wand, crystal wand, to help magnify her healing powers as a gift.
Icelandic spar wand. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, for the second time in the same day, you have now witnessed somebody else start to cry. She is so moved. Magdalene knows that Mayor doesn't really believe in her, doesn't really appreciate her. And so she can't believe that something this great is happening. So she reaches out, she squeezes Venetia's hand, and she says, "Can I give you a hug?"
And Venetia greatly embraces her.
Yay! Magdala is full heart, gives her a big hug and says, "Let's get back to the party. It's going to be so much fun, especially if Serafina makes a bonfire."
There we
And
go.
so she's going to rush you back off to the party. And do you want to dance around the bonfire, or are you going to just sit at the table?
I definitely want to dance now that I'm healed.
Okay, so they are going to join in the dancing. Rhiannon, have you recovered from your unfortunate incident with this rowdy at the party?
Yes, I laughed it off.
Okay, you're good. And Jai, how are you doing?
Jai is taking it all in and learning about this new species. He's observing.
Okay,
Well, we're multiple species. I'm a humanoid wolf with a unicorn horn.
Okay, learning about these.
I'm a shapeshifter.
Well, species is species in plural, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I think. Yeah. So
Okay.
he's learning about these new species.
Okay.
Right. I think the thing we can say for relative sure is that mostly we have humanoids. Yeah. Well, the spider wasn't, but yeah. Okay. Um,
Where's the mushroom?
yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going to say. Where do you think Amethyst has gotten off to?
Well, we don't want her to end up as a snack.
That could be a real problem. All right.
I
You
thought
discover,
that Dagda was still she was still with Dagda.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
she's kind of tagging along with Dagda. And the mayor is busy schmoozing with Jai, smoothing with Dagda. Amethyst is just kind of very quietly hanging out next to Dagda because she believes in Dagda. And she says, she pulls on Dagda's cloak. She says, excuse me, excuse me.
Yes, Amethyst.
Can I have some mead?
Jai pipes in too. I'd like to try that too.
Please?
Are you sure that the mead won't be problematic for you,
Well,
Amethyst?
I don't know exactly. I've never had any before, but it looks like everybody's having a lot of fun. I
How
like
old
fun.
are how old are you, Amethyst?
Bless you.
Um, I don't
Are you
know.
are you an adult or are you a child?
I'm not sure what that means.
Give her some. Let's see what happens.
Or someone else can offer it to her.
I
Dagda
offer
feels like
Amethyst.
it.
I offer
Okay.
Amethyst a shot glass of mead, a little shot glass of mead for her little body.
You. So I kind of imagine her as having like little arms with little hands and little feet. Like, so there's that tube, the stem, but at the bottom of it is just these little cutesy feet and the little hands. So she takes the mead and she just kind of like splashes it up into her gills. And we're going to say that it absorbs a bit. And now she's really giggly. She's just super, super giggly. And she's just kind of bopping around. But she just not going to leave Dagda's side. She feels like she's going to be safe with Dagda. She appreciates Rhiannon giving her the mead, but a little bit on the wolfy side, and there's something a little sus about Rhiannon. So,
Now Jai has to try it.
all right. Now, suddenly, amidst all of this great happiness and everything, those clouds come in. This is all Venetia's fault. She's pulling some bad cards tonight.
I'm sorry, guys.
So the clouds start to roll in, and it's raining lightly, but it's not a heavy rain, and it's definitely not enough to put the bonfire out. But it feels like the day is probably coming to a close. The orb, which we don't really know what the deal is with this orb exactly, that probably was a sun, we don't know. But it seems like it's starting to go down, but also the clouds are coming across the front of it. And now the mood from this party is going to begin to shift a little because people were just straight up euphoric. They haven't had light in we don't know how long. They have light now. They think that you're responsible for it in some way. So they're very happy about you being there. But now it seems like it's starting to go away. So you're feeling the tide of emotion is not quite with you as much as it was. And let's face it, you're tired. You've had quite an adventure. You've been drinking. You've had turkey legs. And the day is drawing to a close. How are we
Dagda
going to
would
end?
like Dagda would like to give like a little speech and offer his gift to Mayor, and he talks about how he notices that there's some concern about the orb being covered, that he wants to remind the lovely people of the village that in balance, you still need both a balance of light and darkness, and that he senses it will just be temporary, but that you don't want to go from all darkness to all light and never having darkness. So for them to take heed and not panic, that they will all seek out balance together. And then he presents his gift to Mayor for welcoming our group and sharing of themselves with us.
Okay, very well. As the rain begins to pick up, Mayor stands up to address the villagers and this new group and says to Dagda, "Thank you very much for this gift. In return, I do happen to run the town tavern, and we do have some accommodations. So I would like to offer the accommodations to your group so that you have a place to rest. And our town extends the gratitude of our town to you. Thank you for helping us to celebrate the return of the light. As with any place, as I'm sure our honored guest Jai can tell us, there are always problems in the world, and we need people to help us to solve these problems." And at this point, Dagda, you feel Amethyst pull on your cloak again. And Amethyst says, "Actually, that's why I was waiting outside the carriage. I wanted to talk to you about something. The light is all well and good, but not everyone lives in the light. Some of us need the dark. And, well, my people are concerned, and they sent me to talk to you. So perhaps after we've all rested, we could talk about how some of us need the dark. Would that be all right?"
That sounds very important, Amethyst, and I am committed to talking with you and protecting your people.
"Thank you. Your friends seem really fun,
They are great fun.
but you gotta watch out for the fire, you know? I was watching all of that. That's a little silly. A little silly."
That does
Okay.
seem wise, Amethyst.
So you are going to have a series, okay, above table. You're going to have a series of adventures, and we're going to make this be your anchor. Whether you decide that you're going to go back and make the mansion your home, or you're going to stay in this village, that's up to you. We will have some shopping in our next episode, and you will have the opportunity to choose from a couple of quests. Bob was not here, but Bob has got a problem. Bob is allergic to magic, and there are only two ways to solve that problem. He has to bathe in a magic pool or find a young silverback dragon. There's one of two ways to take care of his allergy. And so Amethyst has brought you this quest that has to do. Selena and I must have been having some kind of mind meld, because I was headed towards the temperance card is what I pulled for where I wanted to go with this story. That's why Amethyst is here to talk to you about balance of light and dark. So we'll be working with that. If anybody has any ideas for quests, you let me know, and I will try to present you with a couple different quests. So today was really about socializing and wrapping up this story with the spider. So you got to have a little bit of a fight, and now we've got some more NPCs, non-player characters that you can interact with. So we've got Mayor, we have Magdalene the healer, we have a spirit elemental, which we did not give a name to, but that is Sonos. Sonos interacted with Rhiannon and Bob. Rhiannon can call on this spirit elemental up to 3 times. She's used one of her turns, and the spirit elemental will help your group. The spirit elemental can also inhabit Bob's body up to 3 times. He decided that was a good idea. And okay, let's do this. Let's give everybody a boon because you successfully completed your mission. So I'm using this fun little deck. It's called Boons and Banes, and it's by a content creator called Ginny D, who does a lot of Dungeons and Dragons stuff. So let's see. I went clockwise last time. I'll go counterclockwise. So that means Laura Serafina is up next, and let's see what you are going to get. Oh, looks like you got a bane. You got the creature of land and sea. So let's see what that does for you. And I will put this someplace where you can reference it, but I'll read it to you now so everybody knows what you got. Why is this not strictly in alphabetical order? I read that wrong? Oh, creature with a C, not a G. Yeah. Creature of land and sea. Oh, it's a boon. 26. Let's see what that one does for you. The creature of land and sea. I'll hold this up while I read it. You are no longer simply an inhabitant of this world. You are now intimately connected to it. You feel at home in both terrestrial and aquatic domains and are at ease traveling on land or in water. Wow. Okay. That's a big deal. Okay, that's D&D stuff. You don't need that. The spirits of the land and sea consider you their kin, and you can call to them for aid. Once per long rest, you can summon an elemental to act as your ally, choosing between a water elemental or an earth elemental. Okay, so long rest is not something that we're using in our game, so we'll just say once per session. Okay, so once a month you can call on a water elemental or an earth elemental to help you out. The elemental acts on its own, but it obeys your commands. So the way that works is when you want to do something in any kind of an encounter, you do what you do, and then you call on your elemental if you want them, and you will give them a command. So you'll be drawing a card for yourself, for your success level, and then you'll be drawing another card for your elemental, and you'll have a choice between those 2 elements. Okay? All right, cool. Jai, let's see what you get. I'm going to feel really bad if somebody gets a bane. But it's the cards. You can't blame me. Actually, I guess you could blame me. All right.
Could separate the deck into boons and banes and only give us boons.
You know what? I'll do that. I'll just pull one, and if it's not a boon, I'll give you another one. Creeping stone flesh. Let's see what. Well, it could be either one, because if it's something you can do to other people, then fine. But let's see. Yeah, no, that would be something that happened to you. Unseen pursuer. That's not good.
Aw.
Faye favorite. That sounds good. Here we go.
Oh, that looks good.
Oh,
All right, you're going to be a Faye favorite. On page 36. I love giving out prizes. Okay, here we go. The Fae folk have observed you and made their judgment. Oh, this is really interesting. Okay, so we're going to say that the Fae have been watching this party from afar. So they've found you out. You are worthy of their favor. When making charisma checks against Fae creatures, you may roll with advantage. So what does that mean? So this is all D&D talk. So that means whenever we encounter the Fae are mischievous. In fantasy role-playing, the Fae, messing around with the Fae could really end badly. So this means you're going to have an advantage if we have an encounter with the Fae, because a specific Fae has taken a strong liking to you. It's a pixie, and it's going to accompany you everywhere and obey your direct commands, though its natural penchant for mischief remains. All right, so that means they'll obey your commands, but they're gonna be rascally. In addition to the spell list, forget the spell list. It can cast Irresistible Dance once per day. Okay, this is funny. In combat, the pixie acts on your turn in initiative, but takes its own action. Okay, so just like the elemental that Seraphina got, you have this Fae. So you'll do whatever you're going to do. You do what you're going to do. And then the Fae will act on your command, but is going to be mischievous. So a little spicy, a little spicy.
Okay.
All right, let's see what Dagda's going to get. Ooh, bloodthirsty. Let's see what that means. Hang on. I think it's a boon. Oh gosh, Dagda. This is freaky. It's a bane. I don't like it. It's going to make you a little bit undead. That's illusions of grandeur. That's another bane. We just won't have that. Not in our game. I don't want you turning to the dark side. Ink Rider. That might be good. Yep. Okay, you're an ink drinker. Here's the ink drinker.
Ink drinker or ink writer?
I thought it said rider at first, but that's because I went too fast. It's an ink drinker.
Ink drinker. Okay.
Hang on, let me get this. Like I said, I will put this in. I'll put it on the interwebs so you can have it. We'll just read it real quick. Okay. Conversations overheard in passing, the familiar voices of your allies, a sign hung above the door of a tavern, all language in its own sort of magic, and you are a master of this school. You find common threads between all forms of language, even those you have never encountered before, as if you were under the effects of comprehend languages at all times. So that's an ability in Dungeons & Dragons. So this means, Dagda, you are going to be able to communicate fluently with Jai.
Oh, this could be helpful.
Yeah. You can also cast tongues once per day without expending a spell slot, blah, 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 D&D talk. You become a voracious reader and can read books in half the time required of others. You can recall almost everything you've ever read or heard spoken aloud. You can cast legend lore once a day, more D&D, blah, blah. And you roll all intelligence checks with advantage. Okay, so what that means is rolling an intelligence check. So anytime you're rolling you're trying to do something that involves intellect, the air element, you have advantage. So that means you get to pull 2 cards and use the better card. Okay?
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah. Advantage is a very, very nice thing to have. All right, rounding the corner. We're going over a little bit, but I assume everybody's okay if we just run 5 minutes late. So, okay, Venetia, let's see what you're going to get. Oh, the Watcher's Eye. That's got to be good. That looks really good. Okay. You are getting something called the Watcher's Eye.
Cool.
You harbor something aberrant within you, the Watcher. You gain the ability to communicate telepathically with creatures within 300 feet of you. That's a lot. And you can extend this ability to up to 5 allies once per day for a duration of 1 hour. So we're going to interpret that to say that basically you'll be able to communicate telepathically with your party for
Yeah.
an entire session,
That's
right?
cool.
Yeah, you can send them messages. You don't have to speak. The Watcher gazes out at the world through one of your eyes, the iris of which is now dark crimson with a vertical slit of a pupil. Okay, so that's going to change your appearance a little bit.
That's
I think
cool.
it's worth it. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's worth it. Through this eye, you can wield the Watcher's power as your own. And as an action, you activate the eye, firing a ray at a creature you can see within 90 feet of you. Okay, so you could do one of 3 things with this eye, and that will be random, but you can either make them be afraid, you can have a hypnotic pattern, blight, or harm them. So blight is a D&D thing. We're just going to say it's injuring them. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so
Be
extra.
afraid, enter. What was the other one?
So let's ask the question again.
I'm sorry. Be afraid. I could make them be afraid, injure them.
Oh, yeah.
And what's the third one?
There's 4 things: a fear, hypnotic
Oh, good.
pattern, right?
Okay.
So you can
Yep.
hypnotize them. Blight them, which we're just going to call injuring,
Right.
or harm them in some way. So you got a communication skill and a weapon all in one.
Yeah, that's a super cool one. Thank you.
All right, Rhiannon. I think this is a boon. It looks like it's celestial radiance.
Oh.
So let's see. These are some good boons. Celestial radiance. Yep, that's boon 18. So you got 2 boons now. All right, let's see what this does. You wake from a vision of yourself. Okay, so we're going to say that this happens tonight while you're sleeping in the tavern.
Okay.
All right. So while you're sleeping in the tavern, you have a dream, and you wake from a vision of yourself kneeling before a woman in pristine white robes wearing a crown of pure sunlight. You have grown a pair of spectral wings made of light, gaining a 30-foot fly speed. Hey, you can fly now. So since you are since you wild shape, you shape shift anyway. So we're going to say that these wings are something that you can shift on or off, whatever you're in. Okay. So it could be a flying wolf if that's what you're doing. Your skin has a soft, dim glow. You can choose to amplify the celestial glow at any time as a bonus action. That's more D&D talk, but what it means is basically you can do this. Like if you do something and you decide you need a little something else, you can do this afterwards. Okay?
Okay. And what does the light do? Just makes me invisible?
You
Blind?
can fly now, so that's kind of cool. Because you could be able to fly in one of your non-flying forms, like your wolf could fly now.
Yeah.
As a living beacon, you cannot be blinded, and you are resistant to radiant damage. Once per long rest, so once a session, you can activate a celestial blaze. So when you activate the celestial blaze, you can only do that once. So you want to time it, right? Like you could do it in every session, but you can only do once per session. So you can activate a celestial blaze, enveloping yourself in an aura as bright as the sun for 1 minute. During this period, any attack targeting you is made at disadvantage. So that means if somebody was attacking you and they pulled a card, they'd have to pull 2 cards and do the worse. They would have the lower value. Okay. Additionally, undead within 30 feet of you must succeed on a saving throw. Okay, that's more D&D talk, but we can incorporate that into our. So that means you're going to have extra power against undead. So if y'all run into some undead, using your celestial blaze is going to give you an advantage. And you may run into undead. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a distinct possibility.
Very cool. Thank you.
All right, so everybody got something special. Quick goodbye. You can tell me one thing that you liked and one thing that you didn't enjoy that much, and we will go back to counterclock. We're going to do clockwise, so we're back to Rhiannon or Ray. You're Ray now.
I really liked the whole I really liked when we met Amethyst because I thought she was really cool. And I didn't like being ridden by one of Seraphina's friends. I was
Yeah.
offended by that.
Yeah. Okay. The mystery mystic.
Okay, I definitely liked that Magdalena was so appreciative of the gesture. And I didn't like, of course, being burned in the fire from the spider, but grateful I got healed.
Okay, cool. Dagda or Selena.
Like I'm really excited about like going into the village and meeting the mayor and a fellow healer. And the spider situation was a bit tricky.
Yeah, it was weird. Okay, great. Jenna.
I liked a lot, pretty much everything. I can't really point anything out specifically more than anything. Observing, I think, as Jai. I think he really liked observing and learning, being a Knight of Pentacles, and also being a Knight of Pentacles, what he didn't like was failing at things.
Yeah. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles wouldn't like that.
No.
Yeah, he's not having a good run, that's for sure. Okay, Laura, Serafina. You were a little quiet today.
Seraphina had a grand old time. Seraphina likes a good party.
Okay. Ray, I apologize for the riding at the party. I think that was, thank you for calling me on that. That was not good storytelling. So,
Yeah, I figured that it was just a marker of Seraphina's friends being like obnoxious people. I thought it was like in character for rogues.
it was in character for them, but I could have told that in a different way. So
If these are
it's
supposed to be critiques of the storytelling, there is no complaint whatsoever. You did a fabulous job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
thanks. Well, I'm always looking for ways to make it better or to see what resonated with people so I can go more in one direction. So I think that sometimes my age it does not work in my favor with storytelling because there's been so much that was acceptable that even I didn't like that was just part of what people did and said
Gotcha.
and I've got a lot of course correcting that I'm trying to do. So sometimes I just go in the wrong direction. But yeah, I definitely.
I didn't think that was inappropriate of you in any way. I it's just something that Rhiannon wouldn't like, you know?
Exactly.
But
Again,
but there are things that we're not gonna like that are gonna happen because it's a game, you know?
Yeah. So, anywho, I tried to just make it all good fun. So
It was
yeah, so
great
next
fun.
weekend I'm sorry, what?
It was great fun, and I've always wanted to do role playing stuff, and I never got to play Dungeons and Dragons when I was younger, so this was great.
Okay,
Yeah, I
good.
guess I was mostly answering from like Dagda's perspective. You know, he still feels really guilty that his first thought was to kill this creature. As me, the whole thing was amazing because this is my first time to ever get to do any kind of role playing, and I thought it was great fun.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you liked it. Okay, great. So next week or next month, I should say, I'll give you an opportunity to sort of choose your quest. And I'll try and tell a story that lets you pick which way you want to go as a group. We're not going to split the party though. It's too hard for me to tell two separate stories. So we'll stay together. And if you have any ideas, anything you want to tell me about your character, that you think will help me, and I've got everything sort of in the back of my mind, and I pull it out as I remember it or as it seems relevant. I'll do that to the best of my ability.
Where's everybody getting the pictures of their characters? Is that something they're making with generative AI, or is that cards that they drew?
Yeah, mostly people are posting pictures of their cards. I've done a little bit of AI stuff, so we could have a picture of a griffin drawn carriage and a weird sun.
Okay, so I'll email you a photo of my card.
You can also use Google's Gemini. Imagine it's called Gemini and it's an AI, and you tell it to generate an image, and you can keep working with it to get it to the image that you
Yeah,
want.
I use Adobe Firefly. I could do that if I needed to. Or I have a pretty cool image from my deck. I have a pretty good deck.
Cool.
So I can just use that. I'm fine with that. It'll match my red eye because I have a red cape. So now that I have a one red eye, we'll do that. I'll take a photo of it so that you can upload it to the group or whatever. Or can I upload
Actually, no, you can just upload it yourself.
Okay.
Upload it into that role playing the tarot bit.
a circle section, right? That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that way everybody can see it,
Right,
even the
and
people
am I
that didn't make it tonight.
Yeah, and am I supposed to write a backstory or something out of all the cards I drew?
I don't want to tell you what you should and shouldn't do exactly, but most people have more fun the more fleshed out their character is,
Okay.
which is easier to do on your own. And then when you're interacting with the group, things come out and you realize, oh no, I really want my character to go in this direction or the other.
Okay, I'll write something up before the next month.
Okay,
You
and
can go on there and read our backstories too.
Yeah, I just started to look real quickly at them online, so I'll take some notes. Everybody's super creative.
okay, and then Laura, I will get all that stuff and put it into the Discord group so you can see it as well. I have a Discord group which is sort of a gamer thing, and the links to join that are in the Role Playing the Tarot someplace. But I'll DM it to all of you in Ritual Society, and I try to put everything in the Discord group so that if anybody just wants to see it all in one place, it's there, and it's easier for me to organize it there. Okay.
Thank you so much, Linda.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you, Linda.
I hope I see everybody soon.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thanks for playing, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.